Hello. I don't know who's in. We got the major operations manager in the background.
We got 7 people coming.
Okay. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? I don't think I hear us. Is the music too loud? Let us know if the music's too loud. You know, y'all can hear us.
Oh, Jeff is in here.
Hey, Jeff.
Nicole Woods is here. Chef Tom.
Is can y'all hear us? Is the volume up good enough? Are we good? Is talking loud enough? We do have Andy Minio in the background, so we gotta keep our vibe going. Let me know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody seems to be good.
All right, everybody's good? Okay, not a problem, not sure. Yep. All right. So welcome everyone to Mommy and Me. This is our live cooking series. So about 3 weeks ago, I think I posted up a shrimp and pasta dish on Instagram, and everyone was like, "Oh, can I get the recipe?" Or, you know, how'd you make it? Or I just, you know, can I get some? And I was like, that was actually dinner for that night. It really was just, you know, dinner that we made. It was actually made for my young one, who you guys, if you know my family or you know me, the youngest one has a gluten sensitivity. So I made that dish literally just for her. And I didn't even make the sauce. Sous Chef Rara made the sauce. So I was like, we got to come back together and find out all that we actually put inside the dish. We knew how to do it, but we just didn't really have a recipe, you know, and all the ingredients together in our heads to give it out to you guys. So here we are. Ready to cook it?
Yes.
All right, roll up my sleeves and we can get going. So I am going to let you go ahead and take off. So what happened was I was busy and I said, Sarai, I need you to go ahead and hook up this blush sauce while I make the rest of the meal for Samia. And then, you know, I pretty much took her sauce, made the dish, and we'll have something delicious to eat. So you can go ahead and hit it off out of your lighter and get it going.
So first I'm going to start up everything. So let me turn this on. There we go. So I'm about to make the blush sauce. So right now I have half a stick of butter, some onions, garlic, thyme and rosemary finely chopped up, some pesto, salt, crushed red pepper, seasoning, Parmesan cheese, and some heavy cream with our tomato sauce. So right now I'm going to start putting in the butter so my stove doesn't burn. Or not stove, my pot doesn't burn.
So in order to get, we may have some bloopers on this one because we're actually going to live. Go ahead and take out half that. You gotta have that one. Yeah, it's on the book you have. Oh. There you go. Right back on that plastic. There you go. So right now she is doing it in the front of the stove so that you guys can get a better view of it. Normally, of course, you cook to the burner that's closest to you, but you know, right now she's cooking to the front so that you guys get us a better view of everything.
So did you actually see what you're also cooking for?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
But so right now we're going to use our fresh tomato sauce. But if you don't have that, it's okay, perfectly fine. We have our canned marinara sauce over here, which you can get from the store. Very simply, and it'll be just as fine. Right now we're going to use our fresh,
not fresh. That is straight from the can.
Well, it's canned, but
no. Start off with the whole procedure. It is so basically what she means by fresh is that normally I make my own marinara. I don't use the jar marinara, so we just build up on the flavors of our own sauce. So when I tell her we're gonna make our own marinara from scratch, well, I guess she's trying to say, you know, so it's not just fresh tomato sauce. But go ahead, so start throwing them things up in there. Do the onions. So go ahead in your order.
so first we have our onions. Put them in so they can saute up and get the flavor in there. You want to leave them in there for a little bit so the flavor can build up, and then it'll make our sauce nice and flavorful.
So while she's sauteing that, I'm going to inform you about the sauce. So blush sauce, I'm getting some words from my background crew. We got some questions that you need me to answer before I get to the blush sauce? No. Oh, time. Wait a minute. I have little chef in the background. She's co-signing. Give me time out. Give me time out. Let me focus on the client right now. Okay, Samir. So what blush sauce is a marriage between marinara sauce and Alfredo sauce. That's all it really is. So you'll see some recipes that call for marinara or half and half. I like to use heavy cream. It's thicker. It's a little bit richer. And what she's doing right now is she's sauteing up the onions and she's building a flavor. When we make a sauce, we are not going to throw in the onions and throw in the tomato sauce and throw in the garlic all at once. The importance of this sauce is to actually build layers of flavor. So while we're letting that butter melt down and get the onions in there, we're rendering out the flavor of the onions, and then we'll start to add in items such as the garlic, just so that we won't just have it try to make everything all in one pot sauce. The build of your flavors is really important. You got a question, Karen?
Yeah, we got one from Shootfly83. Will there be a step-by-step for amateurs not like myself?
I can, sure. I can. I'm hoping that we can take it step by step right now for you, but if not, there's no problem. We got you.
Yeah, we're going to be recording this, so everything's going to show up on our YouTube channel. So if you miss a step and anything that we're looking to do, you can always go back and check out the YouTube channel.
Right.
Lene just joined.
Hey, Lene. All right, so she has the onion sauteing right now. And as I was saying before, this is a blend between the marinara and the Alfredo sauce. So as we have the what she was calling the fresh tomato sauce, you can definitely, it's not fresh, it's canned. Okay. You can definitely use the pre-made marinara sauce so that you can, if you're used to buying it, it's no problem. We went out and bought it. Let's make sure you knew exactly what you could use. You can actually buy the pre-made Alfredo sauce as well and just put the two and two together. But don't just leave it at that. Please continue to build on the flavor. Add in your garlic, whether it's fresh garlic or garlic salt. Add in some more flavor, okay? So that you can kind of get everything, so that you can kind of build up and make it have a, it won't be so authentic, but it just enhances the sauce. Go ahead with your garlic. Let's keep this thing going. So you see how it's getting, now you guys can kind of see how it's turning a little bit brown. Right, so it's just, you're just saucing and you're rendering out the flavor. Some of the onions look a little bit translucent, so now you can try to actually render it out its flavor, and now we're going to add in your garlic.
So I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of garlic. So I've got 1 over here, 2. And then I'm just going to mix it in so flavor can build up with the onions for when we start adding in the sauce. It's going to make it nice and tasteful, flavorful.
If you can't tell, I am just so not used to being in the background.
We have a question from Nicole Woods. She said, what's the name of the YouTube channel? Hey, Nicole, we're going to put up all of the links for the YouTube channels as well as the Facebook page. But if you go to our website, sweetbasil.com, you'll be able to find the link to the YouTube channel directly on there.
Sweet basil with a Z. All right. So I'm going to let that cook off.
I'll be your sous chef right now. I'll be your sous chef. Okay. We're adding the
rosemary and thyme.
The rosemary and thyme.
If you don't have rosemary and thyme freshly cut, you can easily just use Italian seasoning. It's just the same and it tastes great still. So I'm just gonna mix this in. And did I add enough? Does it look like I added enough?
You can add a little bit more. I cut fresh rosemary. I have Italian seasoning, but when I have my fresh herbs, it just makes all the difference. So that's fresh thyme and fresh rosemary that she's adding in there. Mm-hmm. And now you can go ahead with the sauce. Let's go ahead because the ham is ready. You don't want to burn your garlic, so I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and throw in that sauce, and we're gonna get things going. Yep.
Let me get some more. So we're just gonna pour all that in, mix it up so all the onions and herbs and butter can mix in there, get all that flavor.
What you doing over there, Chef?
I'm seasoning up the shrimp because I'm not used to being on the sidelines, and I want to make sure that she shines. So I'm just going to keep my hands moving.
So what do you have? What are you seasoning the shrimp on?
It's Old Bay, the norm. Old Bay and the shrimp.
So I'm gonna let that cook. We'll let that heat up a little bit. This on the side. Then
What should you? I feel like you're missing something. What you missing?
I need to add the salt.
Let's add all that in there now because we're kind of build on it. So now that you have the tomato sauce already in there, you're going to build on it.
So adding some salt. Is that good enough?
Yeah, that should be good for right
Okay.
now. There's two more things that I want to let cook inside there a little bit longer so that we can get things done.
So we have our pesto right here. We have plastic wrap on top. You're supposed to do that so it won't go bad too quickly. And just one nice spoonful of pesto. I'm gonna add the plastic wrap back on here. So it doesn't go bad.
Can you add more for me, please? There you go.
No worries, we like our greens. Like
That's a green herb. So what she's doing right now is she's adding in the pesto. Of course, when you have your marinara, you can add in julienne or chiffonade basil. That's great. But I like to have a burst of flavor, which is the pesto. And that's what I put inside mine because sometimes it takes a little bit for you to get that flavor out of the basil. The fresh basil herb, when you add in there, especially when you taste it, like when you have a pasta, that's great to get that fresh taste. But I want this sauce to have it in. I want to have it like marinated inside of it. So I use the pesto so that I can kind of get that flavor in there a little bit faster than just cutting up the fresh herb and letting it sit.
So I just added in the crushed red pepper.
Yes, ma'am.
And so just mixing that in. Did I add it enough?
That's enough, right? Because of course we want it spicy. Remember that I made this. Well, I asked you to make this sauce for your sister, and I want her to get a little bit more used to heat. And although she's young, she's young. I want her to be able to take a little bit of heat, and she needs to be able to build her tolerance and build her flavors. So that's why I said we're gonna go ahead and make a little bit of spice to it. So the blush sauce has some heat to it. Now it's gonna go ahead and render down. You can see that it's gonna be popping a little bit. That's fine. I need that flavor to blend down in probably like another minute or so.
Just let it sit.
Right, let it sit for a little bit. Let it get that love to it. Over here, while she has that sauce going, I have the remaining ingredients. This is really simple. It's really simple. I'm looking at my background too. Sorry, this is a little me. I'm not used to be on camera too often, but we're gonna keep the party going. I have peas, springtime. So asparagus, radishes, peas is it's in season. Bacon, because I know my little one loves bacon, so I added a shrimp and bacon for her. Some parsley for garnish. Parmesan cheese for the finishing touch to it, right? And shrimp. That's all that really is to this dish. And I already have the pasta done. So I had and I'll pour this in there so I don't get my peas and cheese. Penne pasta, but this is gluten-free pasta. Just realize that you always have options. You can do brown rice pasta, there's chickpea pasta, there is gluten-free pasta. So she actually prefers the gluten-free pasta rather than the chickpea pasta. She doesn't like the texture of that. And it kind of breaks down a lot faster than the gluten-free pasta. So penne is easy for her, it's easy for me. And you can make this ahead of time. This is a perfect leftovers dish, but if not, you want to just make sure that you have everything drained off and it'll be ready to go. You don't need it to be super hot because once I add the shrimp, I'm gonna add the pasta and the sauce, it'll heat it right back up, okay? Do we have any questions so far?
Nope.
No questions, we good to go. Now let me know if I'm talking too fast. I can put a little memo in there. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, now we'll be putting it in.
Right now, we're gonna be putting in 1 1/4 cup of heavy cream. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in. Nice. All right. Pouring this in. All right. Then we're just gonna mix this in, and you'll see the color change. Might turn nice and pink. See, turning all nice and pink over here, and you can still see the herbs and the seasoning that we added in throughout. I'm just gonna mix this in so I can get all the color change in there. And then later on, we're going to add in our Parmesan cheese. But right now, I'm just gonna mix this in.
Yep.
All right. And then we're just gonna let that sit.
Right, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more so the flavors can get blended, and then she'll put in that Parmesan cheese. So I'm gonna turn my pan on, we're gonna get going. I do have Andy Mineo, what is it, 116? I do not own the rights to these songs, this music. If you guys can even hear it, but I need to have some music in the background. Samia, do you have a question? Little Chef? She's in the background just waving and.
No, but Miss Shakia joined.
Hi. Hey lady, how you doing? Thank you, Samia. I'm getting my pan nice and hot. I'm going to add in my shrimp. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit more Old Bay seasoning to it. Didn't look a little.
The Old Bay seasoning. You know what I've heard? I have an orchestra teacher.
Oh boy, don't.
No, because
This is live. You can't cook this.
Like,
Okay.
I'm just wondering, like, does everyone use Old Bay seasoning? Because one of my orchestra directors, he said that he didn't use Old Bay seasoning. I'm like, is Old Bay seasoning that famous or not? So I'm just wondering, guys, like, you guys like Old Bay seasoning?
You in Maryland, honey.
Yeah,
Everybody likes
exactly.
Old Bay.
Everybody does Old Bay seasoning. He may not like it for certain reasons, but people don't always put Old Bay seasoning just on seafood. People put it on their chicken too.
Yeah.
So, well, you think he was strange because he didn't use Old Bay seasoning?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just wondering, like, how many people actually use Old Bay seasoning.
Everybody uses Old Bay seasoning like that. See, that's why I like to ask her to ask these questions off the camera prior to live. It's a little nervous sometimes. Yeah, you are. It's no problem. That wasn't that bad. I'm waiting for my pan to get hot. I'm gonna go ahead and move my handle back over here on this side. I don't want to have my handle here because of course I can hit it and the pan can come up. So I'm trying to adjust and make sure that I have everything in the right position. I don't want to put my shrimp inside of a like a low heat pan. Low heat pan. I need it to be hot. So I'm letting my pan get nice and hot. I don't want it to be too hot to where I cause, smoke to come up, but I need it to be able to be hot enough to be able to handle it. And I want my food to talk to me when I put it in the pan. So I need it to be able to let me know that it's nice and hot. So I'm just getting it, getting some heat to it right now.
So you can have a little sizzle to it.
Right. So you can also add in diced tomatoes. You can put whatever you want inside this dish. Once again, it is really simple. The sauce, once you get that flavor inside of it, is really the main key component of it. Yes, I have a question or I have a comment.
Yeah, a couple comments.
Okay.
First, Vance is in here.
What's going on, Chef V? How you doing? Thanks for joining us again.
And also, Karen said how she wasn't herself, I would substitute the shrimp for chicken.
You can, definitely. Please do. So dice it up. Like you can either make julienne chicken, like I got chicken tenders, or you can dice it up and do the same thing. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? I'm only putting a couple of, a little bit of shrimp inside here, only because I don't want to crowd my pan. Don't crowd your pan. If you need to do a second batch, go ahead. But once again, I am only doing this for Little Chef. So she's gonna be the one that's gonna eat this dish. The rest of the family members, such as Sarai, vegetarian, and my husband vegetarian, so they won't even eat it. So we just made enough sauce so that they can have their own separate dish, and that this one can be just for Little Chef. Now, if you can pass in that crushed red pepper, because as I told you, I wanted to give her a little bit more tolerance. So I'm not gonna do too much, but I want to build her tolerance for heat so that she can handle it. I want you to crank it. I'm cranking it up a little more. Okay. Your Parmesan cheese already in there? Yeah, throw it in there. I'm ready to go.
All right, so we're just about to add some Parmesan cheese in there. Just sprinkle it on.
I have the container, please. And stir it up. Yep.
We'll take it all in. All right, so that was our half the container, and then we're just gonna stir it in. So this will help make the sauce a little bit thicker, and then we're just gonna let it sit so the sauce can thicken up. That's why we use heavy cream. Heavy cream is perfect to make your sauce nice and thick. So then after that, when you put it on your pasta, it just be nice and creamy.
What you put in there, Chef?
All right, I put in the bacon. I don't like shrimp coming in, Chef, coming in. I don't like shrimp that curled up too tight, where it overcooked. So I just tossed it. I turn my shrimp over. I'm putting in my sauce. Adding in my peas. Now, just letting y'all know, of course, when you cook and you can do the bacon, if you don't already have your bacon done, that's no problem. But do not use the bacon grease for this dish. You don't want to overpower your dish with bacon fat. You can keep the bacon fat. Please don't throw it away. But when you take the bacon out of the dish to chop it up, just pour the bacon fat off and start off with either butter, coconut oil, or anything, because if you overpower the dish with bacon grease, it'll just ruin it. It really will ruin it. So you just want to make sure that you don't overpower the grease with the bacon fat. Talk to me. So I need you to put that hand. I'm gonna let you down to that. I need one more.
Frozen peas?
The question is, asked, did you put frozen peas in there?
Yes. I don't even have canned green peas. I need to hit me up, chef. Come on. Take it too long. I need you to sorry, my bad.
Frozen peas?
Yeah, frozen peas. Yes, it was frozen peas. If I don't have fresh peas, fresh broccoli, I'm using frozen. Very rarely do I use something from out of the can because of all the sodium. There's so many other options, and you can just keep buying fresh items from the store. But because they are vegetarian, you go through a lot of vegetables. So I just need to get it fresh, or I just do frozen. We're not going to go through too much of the canned items. If it's canned, I might do canned beans. You know, so that's what I'll do with that one. All right. So this one came out a little bit lighter. I need you to taste that, and I'm about to taste this as well. Okay. Because what you don't do is you don't let your family or your customers taste your dish before you do. So I'm gonna let you taste that sauce, and I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I taste it myself. Just splash myself. Coming around. Okay. Yeah, all right.
Another question coming in, how long did you cook the shrimp?
Good, like 2 to 3 minutes. Once you get that color on one side, turn it over and start to build your plate. You don't want to overcook your shrimp. So I'm gonna ask you to give me a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay.
She says she always overcooks a lot.
So that's a good question. So we have a question just to follow up. How do they know when their shrimp is either overcooked or just about ready? Is there a magic way that they can actually look at it and determine?
Sure. Just heads up, I just turned my pan off. I'm not trying to overcook. So what happens is that you see shrimp that curls up so tight that you can barely see that seed. It shouldn't be so tight that you can't even see the C shape, or so tight that when it curls up, it has this little this funky, like the outside of the shrimp. Right. So the outside of the shrimp, you'll see it if you want to come in. There's you know how people take that vein outside of it. If this is curled up so tight, and you can't see that C shape, you can't see the center of the shrimp, and it's so tight, that means it's overcooked and it's too chewy. You don't want that. You want to make sure that you still have a little bit of space in there. And of course, me trying to be real fancy, I use a shrimp with a tail on it, but you can use a shrimp without the tail to it. Okay. Now I have the flavors in it. I needed more salt, so I added more salt to it. I'm adding the cheese to it. Once again, this one, the sauce is a little bit less red than the one that was in the picture. Obviously, we just put things together on that and build a flavor on that one. But you see how it's still rendering? We're gonna let this, it's on low and slow, but you can go ahead and have that flavor build. The longer that you can have that flavor build, give this about another 5 minutes and let it sit, and it's good to go. So that's all it is when you have these sauces. Please, if you're going to, that's why I asked her to make this dish and make it in that pot. This will last us for another 2 dishes for the vegetarians, and I can make something else another day or so. So don't make small portions of your sauces if you know that you have to go a whole week. You can do something with ground beef. You can make pasta with ground beef, add in some bell peppers and onions, and still use this sauce. So don't just get tunnel vision on what you can do with it. Yes.
Okay, so Candace Tyler said that was and she joined Chef 89 says I don't want gummy shrimp, and
right.
Free to be me.
Free to be me says thank you and okay, great point.
All right.
Yes. And after that, you can also use the sauce with some nice tortellini, which we're going to be having for dinner tonight.
Well, vegetarians are.
Yes. While Samia has her pasta over there, we're going to be doing tortellini. This is just about ready. I turned off my pot or stove already. And then you can just see how it looks. See, it's almost nice and orange, almost.
It's a blush sauce.
Yeah, just a blush. It tastes delicious. It is amazing. I taste it.
More,
It's delicious.
more comments.
It's good.
Marina 757 joined.
Don't murder
and,
it. Don't murder it.
And Chef 89 said, "Is that me? That's Mia."
Yes, that is that's Little Chef. That's Minnie. Her hair is not done, so you will not see her on this camera. So that's that quarantine look. That's what that is right there. So she is our background. We have the operations manager in the back with her, so she's helping us out reading off the comments. So let me know if you guys have any questions or what would you like for us to make next? So we're always in the kitchen cooking, and if you want us to make something and put it on camera, sometimes we just say, hey, you want to get, run record, and we record it. So yeah, let us know what you guys want. Am I forgetting anything else to say? I have.
Are you doing
People
anything that's
answer.
coming up in the next, do you have anything for people to look forward to coming up next?
So we are going to post up on our YouTube channel for Mommy and Me. We have the sweet soya honey garlic chicken with the sweet potato and banana puree and the Szechuan green beans. I love it. It's a blend between having the spicy Szechuan green beans and then we have the sweet and savory sweet potato with banana puree. I love it. It's really good. So that's what we're gonna post up next on our YouTube channel. Talk to me, little chef. Talk to me, little chef.
Okay, so Free to Be Me said salmon. One of our person says I'm late, and the person is sad. Nick.
Oh, don't be sad. It's gonna be on our YouTube channel. That's why. So I'll be having connected from Zoom so that you guys can see it's gonna be on our YouTube channel. So go to where you gotta go to?
Sweetbasil.com.
Sweetbasil.com to go ahead and see our YouTube channel, or you can just go on YouTube.
And look for
there.
Sweet Basil.
Yeah, that's what I was pretty much trying to say. You can go to YouTube and look for Sweet Basil.
Nicole Wood said I had shrimp pasta tonight too. Free to Be Me said again, I always overcook mine. Marina. Myrna.
So in order to make sure that you don't overcook it, make sure that your pan is hot. Please do not put your raw shrimp wet inside of a hot pan, or just don't put. So let me start over. For those who overcook your shrimp, number one, when you buy frozen shrimp, let it thaw out completely. Do not put frozen shrimp in your pan with little ice crystals on it. It doesn't work. Thaw it out completely and then dry it off with a paper towel and strain it so that your shrimp now can hold on to the seasoning that you put, the Old Bay seasoning that we put on the shrimp. So now that we have the shrimp drained off with spices, get that pan hot. So when you put the oil into it and the shrimp hits the pan, it talks to you. You can hear it. I call it talk to you because it's making noise. It talks back to you. So once you actually have that in there, it literally takes about 2 to 3 minutes for that shrimp to cook. Once you have your shrimp in the pan, don't dump all of it. Don't overcrowd your pan. You saute it a little bit. Don't turn it over just yet. Let it get a little color to it. And once you turn it over, so to build your flavors, your shrimp is almost done. If you continue to cook it all the way through without building your flavor, then your shrimp will be a little knot like that before you get to eat it. But,
Okay. So
Chef 89 said, since it's quarantine, how about a vegetarian lasagna?
Of
I
course.
heard some people
Of course.
also commented and said that how a Caribbean dish.
Yes.
Now, yeah. Who did that?
Myrna 751.
Okay.
So, Free to Be Me said no, the salmon. I always overcook my salmon. I would like to see you make a salmon dish.
Okay, that's no problem at all.
I have to say,
And
and
it'll-
you just posted up your little Caesar salad.
Did you call it little?
It's not little. It looked beautiful, but it was so good.
Basically, I know you're ready to eat it. So what I'm doing is 5 days of salmon, which will probably end up being 6. I went to the store, and y'all know how it is in the store. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Whether they'll have chicken wings, or chicken thighs, or chicken breast, or salmon. So I bought a whole side of salmon, and I said I'm going to see how much I can make out of it. Just that was my challenge for me. How many different dishes can I make out of one side of salmon? So she took about the crab stuffed salmon that I did over Caesar salad. If you guys want to go on Instagram and slide through the pictures, you can see all the dishes. Tomorrow I'll be doing something a little bit different. I'm actually gonna make an entree salmon, and I would not mind at all showing you how to do salmon. Cook cook salmon for your family. It's always different. You'll sometimes see people who make 2 sides of salmon and you got the sauce going over the salmon and you're having the butter over it. That's all fine and dandy. But when you're talking about cooking for a family of 4 or 5 or 6 people, you might want to be able to get that done a little bit faster. And I can show you that way as well, because it's different than restaurant cooking. You have to have a different mindset when you're cooking for your family compared to when you're cooking in the restaurant. It's not going to be 1 pan per person, you know, for the salmon. We're going to go ahead and knock this thing out, sear them off, put some wine to it, throw it into the oven, and continue to cook and have space on your burner, and then finish it off with your sauce. So we can definitely do a salmon dish. That's no problem. Salmon and vegetarian, we got you.
Also, maybe can we try maybe a baking dish one
Yeah. That's because what? You got royal treats are sliding up in here. That's no problem at all. We can bake something. That's fun. It'll be fun.
day? I said, if you guys want to bake something, just let us know. We're willing to try it.
Yeah. Samia's birthday is coming up on Monday, and we're going to do her a mirror glazed cake. She loves chocolate. So we're going to do her mirror glazed chocolate cake. So we'll let you guys see how that turns out.
Yeah.
We're having some fun.
Well, thank you guys for joining in with us on our live. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube to Sweet Basil with the Z on our YouTube channel.
Leave us some comments on Facebook. Make sure and like and click on the bells to find out when we have our next videos coming out. Look out for us doing things weekly on her Mommy and Me page. And then
Look out for royal treats. Royal treats. Royal_treats with 2 T's at the end.
It's time to go. Don't make me talk, then I got to go. Bye.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Troy and Quincy.